Hello and welcome to my case study on Miss Clara. Clara is a 10-year-old female who attends an elite private school in Omaha. Clara has two siblings who also attend the private school. Clara and her family live in an affluent neighborhood in Omaha, Nebraska. And next year, this coming school year, Clara will be in 4th grade. When I first met Clara, her mother reported that her reading comprehension scores were way below what she expected, and that is what prompted Clara's mother to have Clara put into a reading tutoring program. Although Clara's mother reported that her reading comprehension scores were low, she also reported that Clara's other reading test scores were above average or just average. Clara's mother, also reported that Clara loves to read and that she spends a great deal of time reading. Her mother also said that Clara struggles with reading aloud in front of her peers. To begin the intervention, not quite the intervention yet, but to begin just talking to Clara, I gave her a reading inventory, and Clara also reported the same things that her mother reported, that she really enjoys reading and she finds it enjoyable. The books that she finds enjoyable are books about animals, mysteries, and the Babysitter's Club, but she has a fear of reading out loud in the classroom. So during the first session we did the BRIs, and Clara was nervous when she heard me start to talk about the BRIs. However, I just told her to relax and that the BRIs were really for me to practice and just kind of see where she was at and what her strengths were, so I didn't teach her things that she already knew. And I just said, that would be silly, and she completely agreed with that. So after doing the BRIs, I found that Clara tested in the independent instructional category for 3rd grade with the reading passages and graded word list, and she tested in the instructional level for 4th grade for the reading passages, comprehension questions, and the graded word list. As Clara's mom noted, it did show that Clara struggled a bit with reading comprehension, so this is where the emphasis was put during the short intervention. To start the intervention, we picked a book. She wanted to read The Babysitter's Club, which had a 510 Lexile level, which was about a 5th grade reading level. Clara's phonetics and word choice and the way that she read the words tested above grade level, so I felt like this was an appropriate book for Clara to read. We spent a lot of time actually, working on how to summarize and what that entailed, and we would stop during the reading of the book just to summarize and talk about what that looked like and what main points look like. We also read other children's books and talked about expression and the fluency, what all fluency entailed within reading and how comprehension is linked to fluency. We painted vocabulary words outside, and so that helped her work on her phonetics a little bit. And we also read recipes to be able to talk about and to make predictions and to also work on comprehension skills. So for the post-assessment for Clara was given a post-assessment for both 5th grade BRIs and 4th grade BRIs. She read a passage, The Pioneer House Building, which was a 5th grade BRI reading and comprehension questions, and Clara tested at an instructional frustrational level within the 5th grade. I just chose that passage just to see where Clara was at, because originally we had not tested within the 5th grade. Then I had her read the 4th grade BRI, and she tested at an independent level. So that showed growth. Also, it showed we also read the same story in the pre-assessment and post-assessment, and that was a 5th grade story as well, I believe, a 4th grade story in the pre-assessment and in the post-assessment. And within that same story, Clara had made 8 mistakes in the pre-assessment, and during the second assessment, she only made 5. So that showed a huge improvement within her reading. The suggestions that I have for Clara is that she really doesn't need a further intervention just due to she is reading above grade level, and her comprehension skills did show a increase, and it did show that she was making some leeway in the comprehension. Also, I thought that Clara showed that we did work on some reading fluency and worked on her fear of reading out loud. And through reading out loud several times during the intervention, she was able to read aloud just fine in the end, and she did much better. Her fluency was better and her word pronunciation was better. So I believe that Clara had some success within the intervention, and it was a good learning experience. Thank you for listening.